Today I'm going to show you how I made these mushroom cake pops. Come join me. So I started off with my cake pop balls and I cut off a small portion of each of the cake balls. The larger of those portions I shaped into the cap of the mushroom, and then the bottom portion of those I rolled into a cylinder shape for the bottom stem of our cake pops. So I flipped over the cap portion of the mushroom. Then I'm going to take my cake pop stick and I'm going to stick it into the stem, leaving a bit of the stick out the other end. I'm going to use that then to stick it into the mushroom cap. So I'm dipping that into the chocolate and then into the cap of the mushroom. That will then allow it to adhere to the mushroom cap. So I did that with each of those until all of them were done, allowing those to really harden so that the next step I was able to do that without them falling off. You can see that bit of the stick is sticking out into the mushroom cap. Then I went on to dip the top portion into the color chocolate of my mushroom caps, in this case like a red color. And I spun those until it dried so that it kept a uniform chocolate on the mushroom caps. Sometimes as the chocolate was drying, it would have weird chocolate peaks. So I was really careful with how I was spinning these as they were drying. After I was finished, I took the stick of one of the cake pop sticks and I dipped it into the white chocolate and added the white dots to the mushroom caps. I'm going to repeat this process then with some brown mushrooms as well for this order. Here I am taking some cocoa powder and I'm just rubbing it along the stem to make them more natural looking. Since they are typically a brown color, and that just makes it a bit more natural. And here's what the red ones look like. And now I'm moving on here to work on the brown ones. Again, cutting a portion of these off. Then I'll begin shaping the top cap part into the mushroom caps and the bottom part into cylinders. You can see I just shaped those. And there's the mushroom caps. I'm flipping those over here momentarily. And here's where I'm sticking them into each of the stems and dipping them into the chocolate to secure them. You can see in the background I have two to the right. I had tried to dip the whole thing first into the white chocolate and that did not work very well. So then I tried this technique instead and this worked so much better. And now dipping the top part into the brown for the brown mushroom caps. Here I am, some of the chocolate like left spots that weren't fully filled, so I took chocolate and just kind of drizzled it into the places where it wasn't filling in how I liked it. And again, just kind of spun these until they dried the way that I liked them. And now adding those dots using one of the cake pop sticks. And then after these dry, I will go back and I'm going to wrap them each into a small bag and secure them with a twist tie. And here I am painting those bottoms with the cocoa powder again. You can see it's just a very subtle difference between painted and not painted. It's just a little bit of a contrast to what it would look like otherwise. Adds a bit of depth, I think. And here's what they look like. And as I mentioned, I'm just wrapping each of those into an individual bag, securing them with a twist tie, and with that, that will wrap up the orders. If you enjoyed this video, I do encourage you to like, subscribe, comment, and come again to see other videos. I would love if you would subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future content. Thank you for joining me.